Hello, good evening. Thank you for joining in the Psychic Flow tonight. I'm so glad to be here with you. It's wonderful to see all of you. I hope you're having a wonderful, happy new year. And let's see, I didn't look for anything. Let me see, messages. Let me see. We're going to do some psychic reads. So if you have a question, that would be great. You could post that in the chat. And I thought I would just read this little. This is from Xavier University, Calmness Prayers, which I thought was really kind of nice. With everything that's going on, I thought we could use some peace. And so I'm just going to read this little thing out, which I think is very nice. There's a couple of really nice ones on here. If you look at this website, and it is spiritual prayer. And what came up was Xavier University was one of the first ones to come up. Woman's Day, Crosswalk, all of those are all good. Lord Jesus, we ask you to give us all around peace in our mind, body, soul, and spirit. We want you to heal and remove everything that is causing stress, grief, and sorrow in our lives. Please guide our path through life and make our enemies be at peace with us. So there you go. I thought that was kind of nice. If you're watching us on Rumble, thank you very much. We have a very big audience on Rumble, and we're very happy to have that. And let's see, we are live there. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Twitter, X, excuse me, at Psychic Medium Carolan Carey. And we are on Facebook. We are live on the Psychic Medium of SRQ/Sarasota. I'm going to change that name. It's too long. I got that name when I was doing a lot of international. I don't do that much international readings anymore because I get the time zones kind of mess me up. I do a couple. I have some regulars from there, from across the pond, but I don't do as many. When I did do them, I didn't really have a business name, and my clients were calling me that psychic from Sarasota. So a lot of them that I was dealing with had been visited a church or were familiar with the church that I had belonged to, because it's a spiritualist church, and that's very big over in the UK. So they were well aware of that platform. And so they knew Sarasota, and a lot of them can come to visit when they are on holiday. They will come to visit over here. So they were familiar with that. So they tagged me as the Psychic Medium of Sarasota, and I kept the name. So that's how I got that. Not bragging rights. It's just what people were calling me. So that's what I use. Been using that for about 15 years now. Laura Romero is reminding me today is my 5th year anniversary. And thank you very much, Laura, for your comments. I appreciate that. Hi, Robert. Hi, Mo Live L. Appreciate you being here tonight. Kavita, welcome. Lee, welcome. Ruth Saltman is here. Welcome. And let's see. We've got Kavita, Robert, and Carol. Hi, Carol. How are you? So we have some super stickers, which we're going to take those first. I appreciate you supporting the show. If you would like to support the show in a non-financial way, which is even more important, is to hit the like button. And that helps all of our numbers and analytics. So all of our show hosts appreciate that. What else I want to say? I wanted to give you a reminder that we have a wonderful Spirit Message Circle this Saturday at 8 p.m. That is a $20 cost, and you will get readings from 4 or 5 of us, show hosts, whoever's available that night. I'm planning to be there. And let's see, the usuals. We have Reverend Tiffany is with us as always. Maybe Robin. I think Ruth might be available. So please join us for that. It's always a good time. We never know what's going to happen during that broadcast. It's a lot of fun. What else was I going to say? YouTube, Twitter, mentioned those. Facebook mentioned that. What am I forgetting? Oh, all of our audio platforms. So we're on everything. So if you're joining us, listening to us instead of viewing, I will try to read out as many validations as I get. I'm taking some questions. If you have something in particular, put it in the chat. Let's see. If you're watching us from wherever, it's evening here in Sarasota, Florida, rainy, stormy. Let's send a prayer out to all of the people that have been affected by these crazy storms. Oh, I also wanted to pat myself on the back. I recently did global predictions via my crystal ball. And that's on my website, carolancarey.com, CarolanCarey.com. And North Korea just started some action over there. If you saw that in the newspapers, I had mentioned North Korea sticking its ugly head back up. Wild weather across the Northeast, which we're definitely having. That was one of the predictions. There was something else too, a couple other things. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't drive that. I just relay what I'm getting. So I am encouraged by that because it's only been about 6 or 8 months I've been doing the crystal ball. So I've had it for a long time, but I haven't done anything with it. So till this year. And I want to thank Reverend Tiffany for that, our wonderful producer, because she's very encouraging. She marks every celebration. I didn't even know. I've been doing this show for 5 years. Didn't even know until Tiffany told me. Oh, hi, Bobby. How are you? Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you for your donation. Appreciate that. So let's get on. If you have anything, so I just wanted to give a shout out to Tiffany. Thank you so much. I really didn't realize it's been 5 years. Can you believe that? Before that, I was on Blog Talk, which was radio. So you could just hear me, not see me. So now you have to see me. I'm sorry. I never thought I would get used to doing this, but I've been doing it for 5 years. So I guess I'm getting used to it. Thank you, Tiffany, for the opportunity. I really appreciate you. Okay. So if anybody has questions, I'm going to pull some cards too. Not really sure what deck. I will be using our Goldylocks Productions Oracle cards. There you go. And you can get that on our, we'll put the link up maybe, Goldylocks Productions. And that is the store, our shop, Goldylocks Productions shop. There it is. Click on the shop link. These are available. They come in this fancy box, tin box, which is really lovely. And they also come, that's with the gold on the side, if you want to be fancy. There's also one that's a little plainer, and it comes in a lovely velvet bag. So there you go. So you can use those, and you can purchase those. We also have some holiday designs if you want to get them, t-shirts, hoodies, all kinds of things. You know, one suggestion I wanted to make, you know what I would really love, Tiffany? I don't know if they make it or if it's affordable, but I would love to put a Goldylocks Production sticker on my car. So I would like it to be like a little bit bigger. Is that something that we could work on? Like maybe, you know, on the back window or something? I don't know. I'm thinking about that. Anyway, so that's my suggestion. Let's see if any of you have any thoughts on seminars or classes for the winter. Please let us know your ideas. Carol had mentioned tarot, but I don't really do tarot, so I would not be the best person to teach that. Maybe somebody else on our team, but if you have anything other like psychic work or mediumship or crystal ball gazing or something, I don't know, we'll figure something out. If there's a course that you'd like to pursue or a seminar or a question and answer session, something like that, put your thoughts to Reverend Tiffany at Goldylocks Productions. You can email her. Oh, thank you, Robert. Bobby, you're wonderful. Thank you. Templar in a past life. Yes, Robert, I'm going to take you right now. I have told you that a few times. Yes, 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 yes. And I absolutely agree with that. So I will give you more when I get to you, Robert. Thank you so much for being here. All right. So let's start with, so don't forget Saturday. And Saturday, the date is, oh, I just got your Zelle. Thank you very much, Bobby. Let's see. What is Saturday? This Saturday is the 14th, 13th. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The 13th. So you can sign up ahead of time, or you can join us. Just drop in and pay your $20, and you'll get readings from 45 of the show hosts. I think it's a good deal. Okay, so I mentioned that. Where are we? Who's our first person? I think our first person is Mo. Mo Live L. I know I'm not saying that correctly. Thank you very much on the congratulations. Appreciate it. What are we going to do for you, honey? Let's see. What are we going to do for you? The other deck I'm using is the Soul Helper Oracle card. I'm not a big card person. Like some of our other show hosts are really quite efficient at using kinds of interesting different decks. I'm kind of limited. So let me see. This is a great card, which is right off the top for you, Mo. I'm going to pull this. Excuse me. This, the love of your dragon reaches out to you. Now, I don't see dragons, but we do have show hosts that do. Reverend Tiffany is one of them. And this says, the love of your dragon reaches out to you. The realm of your truth is opening up. So, Mo, what does that mean? So, since you haven't asked me a particular question, I'm just going to go with this here and see what I get. I feel is opening up to you, opening up to you. Let me pull you another card. Here's another one I like very much because this kind of goes together. Let me explain that. This says, surrender, get out of your own way. Ruth Saltman, who is watching this evening, she's our show host on Wednesday evenings, Transformational Soul, and resident author. She's inspired me that I realize that it is time that getting a little crotchety and cranky, and I need to move on just a different project or two in my psychic work here. So she has inspired me to do some writing. So I am going to do that. I've been putting it off for years. I'm going to do it. Okay. So surrender to me, Mo, goes with the dragon is reaching out to you. So get out of your own way. Does this make sense to you? That let him speak to you. Let him guide you or her. And why am I saying that? Because I'll tell you why I'm saying that, Mo. Because you do not listen to your inner voice or to your guides. You just kind of throw it out there or try to force. Excuse me if I don't mean to say this. You know, I'm saying it with love. You can't force the situation. You can't make it what you want it to be. You kind of have to look at the situation and say which is the most advantageous angle. Does that make sense? Let me know. If you have a particular question, Mo, put in the comments. Thank you for your, excuse me, your donation to the show. I also want to say to you, the month of, we're in January 2024. The month of February 2024 is actually, I get the word kind of exciting for you because there's something that you're trying that is brand new. A new career opportunity or a new course or a new way of action. And through this, you're going to find some skills you didn't realize you have. Maybe that you've overlooked or you don't take seriously. But I think you're going to find yourself with some interesting opportunities to kind of flex your mental and emotional muscles. What do I mean by this? Something different. Something unheard of. Something, it's like pulling the veil back and seeing what you can do. I also feel very calculated and I feel very automated. So I'm wondering if this is computer technology or something like that. Something is brand new that you're branching out into, and it is going to pay off in a few years. I know you'd like it to pay off tomorrow. It might. And the other thing that I'm getting on Mo psychically is I have someone on the other side. I can't help but bring them in because they're here. And this is a gentleman. This is an older gentleman that's passed. And I feel as if he appoints himself as a guardian for you. This would be an older gentleman, maybe grandfather, maybe great-grandfather generation, who is, I feel, very soothing. Something about water with him now. I don't know if he was a sea captain or liked the beach or Navy or what, but I feel there's a lot of water around him. And he feels that we can learn a lot by watching the moon, the stars, and the tides. So he's passing that on to you, that sometimes we have to kind of roll with it, okay? So that's his advice to you. A very caring gentleman. Something about a tie or a tie clasp of his that maybe someone has. So Mo, I'm going to pass that on to you. I hope that is meaningful. If you have any validation that you want to share, that would be great. Sorry that my glasses are like really glaring tonight. Sorry. Can't fix that lighting too well. Okay. So we got to Mo. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's see. Our next one is Bobby. I'm sorry. Our next one is, hi, Melissa Parks. How are you? Nice to have you with us. Let me get to, or let me put you on hold a moment. And Carol, let me put you on hold a moment. And Kavita, let me go with Bobby here. Just a moment. Mo says it does make sense. By force, do you mean in work or in love? Mo was asking me that. And she says, Mo says, when I get scared, I don't think I just act. Yeah, I think that I do that as well. And the advice that I've been given is like, take a breath and step back. Don't like try to throw yourself off balance. Sometimes we don't really appreciate that we have better choices when we take a breath and we can examine things in more detail. You don't have to react immediately. Okay. And by force, do I mean in work or in love? Force, I felt that it was more in work. In love is going to have to be more like you're going to have to throw the line out and reel them in. That's my father used to say. You know what I'm saying? You have to take a little bit of a softer approach with that. And I'm not saying, I'm not trying to be anti-feminist. I'm just saying, which would you rather have? Which would you rather hold? A silk glove or a work glove? What feels better to you? What's more conducive to soft and romantic feelings? Probably the silk. So I would say go with the silk. Go with the silk touch in that area. Okay. Let me get to Bobby, and then I will get to everybody else. Let me get Bobby out of the way here. All right. I don't know if I'm doing this correctly. A silk glove. Yeah. You're welcome, Bo. Oh, she says, this is great validation. I hope if you're on the audio platforms that you're getting this. Yes, Grandpa, and yes, the water. He used to work on boats. Okay, thank you for that. I need the validation to know I'm not crazy. Thank you very much, Mo. I appreciate that. Okay, let me get to Bobby. Bobby, I'm going to pull. This is from Gayla, who is from the UK. No longer a show host, but she's still a supporter. And she said, this is very nice. And this appeals to me for you, Bobby. You've come so far, be gentle with yourself. You've come so far, be gentle with yourself. True. Because you're like a survivor and you just kind of like act like Mo and like myself. You just kind of do what's in front of you without thinking how much of yourself you're giving, how much of your own needs you're forgetting. And this is the year for you to stand there and say, hey, wait a minute. I think it's my turn. I think it's got to be my turn, right? So that's what I say for you, Bobby. Make sure that it's your turn and be easy on yourself. You've always had this competitive feeling within you that you're not good enough or that you have to try harder. You're fine just the way you are. So let me pull you another card. This is a great one. I like this. Lost in the ruins of the past. Find the way to the present moment and live. That's for you, Bobby. Find the way to the present moment and live. And lost in the ruins. Forget what happened. Forget the missed opportunities. Forget the one that got away. Forget that. They got away for a reason. It wasn't the right thing. It wasn't right for you. It wasn't the right person, the right opportunity, the right circumstances. Something better is coming. Let's see. And what's coming? I think I've described somebody. Now, I have seen more than once a gentleman a little bit older than yourself. Not a lot older, but a little bit older. And what's good about this is he seems to be, I wish my glasses would stay. He seems to be very global, very worldly, a calming kind of presence. He knows his worth. He knows who he is. Stable. I feel there's money in the bank. I feel he is a career person, had a career. I think he's kind of slowing down, maybe an early retirement. Maybe he's taken retirement from a business like 20 years or 30 years or something, and he is doing his own kind of thing. If you're a very relaxed gentleman, he doesn't need to compete with you. He's somebody that's going to look at you and delight in your sense of humor, in your abilities. There's travel involved. I also feel boating involved. I feel there's water. Loves being near the water. Very intellectual kind of guy. Like really the complete opposite, but you're of yourself. But you're like, not that you're dumb or anything. I'm not saying that. But I feel that this is his profession. He might be a teacher. It could be an ex-teacher. It could be a retired teacher. But he's doing something with his skills to better the community. Maybe he's at a library. Maybe he's teaching adult dead classes. Maybe he's teaching a language. Maybe he's teaching about English literature, something like that. Very supportive, not a bad cook, not as good as you, but not a bad cook. And someone that really doesn't need to be entertained. He has, the world is his oyster, has always been. He's made his life. He's been very rich in opportunities, and he's taken advantage of those things. The thing that he has not done as well in is the love department. So I am looking out for a partner like that for you. That's what I am seeing. You know, it's fun. I'm seeing this gentleman, and I feel like he's a silver-haired gentleman, nice looking, light eyes, like blue or gray kind of color eyes. And I feel like he's got a little ponytail back here. Class, like I would say, understated. And I feel as if you're both invited to like a barbecue or a social event together and kind of or introduce or meet each other. He likes music. He likes good books. He's kind of well-traveled, and he has been solitary for quite a while by choice. So I'm going to put that out for you, Bobby. This is 2024, 2025 is a good year for you to finally break out of the gate, that the limitations that have been put on you by others. Does that make sense? Thank you, Bobby, for joining us tonight. Okay. Hope that makes sense. Let's see. This way. Yes. You were on point when you told me a while back. I met him, and he wasn't the one. He lives by the one in Florida, and he wanted me to travel. I met him through two lady friends. Okay. You were on point when you told me a while back, and I met him, and he wasn't the one. He lives by the water in Florida, and he wanted me to travel with him. I met him through two lady friends. Just as you said, it didn't pan out. Okay. Just as I said, it didn't pan out. Okay. So who else do we have for Bobby then? That's a shade. Okay. Somebody, you were, to me, Bobby, you were fair-skinned, if I am correct. And I feel this gentleman is more, there's a gentleman here that is more Latino kind of feeling, or Hispanic. I get the word salsa here, so there's a salsa dancer kind of guy. I have a brave kind of feeling with him, Bobby. Brave. And I'm wondering why that is. I don't know if he was in the military, if he's in the police force, if he's a paramedic. I just feel very brave is what I'm being told. His skin is slightly darker than yours, so I'm thinking maybe Latino. A different culture that you appreciate. A different culture than your own that you appreciate. He likes poker. He can play pool. He likes speedboats, and I feel that he maybe diving or snorkeling. I don't know if he has a military background. I'm not sure what this is, but I keep getting the word brave, like Purple Heart kind of brave. Okay. He's a whirlwind. So I'm wondering if that's it might take your mind off things. Adventurous. I get an adventurous feeling with him. So that's 2024, 2025. So I'm sorry the teacher didn't work out. Okay. Well, there you go. Sorry about that. Oh, you didn't meet the ponytail guy yet. Well, you've got a selection then. So that sounds good to me. There's something about a brotherhood, Robert. Something about a brotherhood. I'm wondering if it's a police officer. Bobby says, I hope so. I need a great salsa. Don't we all, hon? Okay, there we go. Thank you, Bobby. Okay, so let's, who else do I, let me get back in line here. Oops. What time am I? 8:29. Okay. Where am I? Did Mo, did Bobby. Kavita, I'm going to do you in a minute. Carol. Hi, Carol. How are you? If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. Here we go. Take the deep dive into great wisdom. Melissa Parks. Melissa's on tomorrow night. Can you read that? Melissa's show is on tomorrow night. Joyful Findings. She's on at 8 o'clock. Great show. Please tune in to her. Very high energy, intuitive. So take the deep dive into great wisdom for you, Carol, which means to me, so I'm saying what I'm saying. You're in great wisdom. This is the opportunity to stand back for you, Carol, and say, wait a minute. I've been so busy being practical. I haven't really thought about what the long range goal is for me and my business. And I think this is an opportunity that's going to come up. Excuse me, a partnership or something. Excuse me, that is going to point out to you, if you haven't thought about this already, the long range goal. Like, what do you want for your future? You're really going to consider this now. Instead of just making everything work and just, the wheel is turning, you feel like a hamster. This is more, what can I do today that's going to give me opportunities in the future? What contacts can I make? What network should I join? What change of venue should I do? What should I do here that's going to give me a long range satisfaction? Did I read this? No. Awaken all your senses, slow down, and become aware of them. So your senses also, what's also coming to me is the romance department, which I've mentioned a few times. And I have this athletic fisherman kind of guy, athletic, thin build, um, smart, business savvy. You might meet him as an associate. He might be in the same industry as you, a different phase of that industry. I feel like very coordinated. I think that's what his job is, like coordinating, working, maybe putting a new brand on a business or reshaping. I feel like he's able to pull thing. Maybe networking is his thing. He's able to pull from all over the place and present something for you. I think romantically, you are attracted to each other. You would have to let your guard down, which is a little, if I may say, from my own experience, I think you have to let your guard down just a little bit. And I think the great thing about it is he makes you laugh. So I feel as that is coming for you, Carol. There's also more dollar signs. I think we've mentioned this before. And I also feel I have a person in the spirit world connected to Dad, maybe a brother or his father, that it's something with coins. I don't know if he had them. He would jingle them in his pocket, if he collected them. I'm not saying gold coins. I feel silver coins. So I had an uncle that used to collect buffalo head nickels, and he must have been worth a fortune. I remember seeing a closet in their apartment in New Jersey, and the whole closet was shoe boxes full of buffalo head nickels, because that's the way he used to save money in those days. I don't know how much was in there, but he had a lot, and he had saved it over the years. He was very smart like that, my Uncle Charlie. Okay, so I feel like I have somebody that kind of reminds me of my Uncle Charlie on the other side. I think he's connected to Dad. So Dad says, your dad is as encouraging as always. And I have him, I don't know if you did this in your living room. I feel like your mother was the photographer, or your mother was the orchestrator of family events and holidays and stuff. And I see your father dancing with you in the living room. This is going back because I'm seeing an older, like stereo, like the big wood pieces, and it's like 50s or 60s, sort of like contemporary. It has those thin legs on it. And this is where the stereo is, the record player and the radio and all this. And I see your father twirling you around in the living room, dancing to music. So I want to present that memory to you, and I hope it's meaningful. I hope you remember it. Allow it to come to you. So he is saying hello to you. Okay. Thank you, Carol. Where am I? Laura Romero. Hi, dear. Thank you for your lovely compliment. I appreciate that. In my 5 years. Appreciate it. Dance with the fairies. Visualize this, and it will bring you joy. Marsha Culver, who is on Mondays at 8 p.m. Enlightened Heights. She didn't have a show this week. I think she had a special guest and maybe weather or something. I hope send prayers out for everybody that's been affected. Florida has been affected. A lot of other the mid states of the country, and the Northeast in particular, really getting hammered. Snow, rain, flooding, blah blah blah. So tornadoes. So say a prayer out for them. She is saying, dance with the fairies and visualize this, and it will bring you joy. You're the angel intuitive. Laura Romero is angelsandhealinglight.com. She's a channeling author, as well as a spiritual healer and medium. What can I give you? Um, I have a horse here, Laura. I knew that you had worked with a horse with healing. Is there a horse on the other side for you? So I feel like I have a horse that has passed. Ah, perfect card for you. A message is trying to reach you. Be vigilant. The spirit world wishes to find and touch you. There you go. Beautiful card. So that's for you, Laura. Laura's like an angel encyclopedia. So if you have questions, great. She does great readings, by the way. Fabulous. All reaching. It reaches through every level. With her, you will never find another reading quite like it. Quite different. Very healing. So I highly recommend her. She also does beautiful candles. Absolutely exquisite. I think the nicest candles I've ever seen. And very healing scents and properties. Okay. So what do we got for you? As I mentioned with the book, books plural, that the channeling work that you're doing, Laura, is going to end up being divided into subject matter or something. It's what I'm saying, because there may be like 4 to 5 books coming out of this one great vast collection of angel wisdom that has come through you. And I feel that to make them marketable, you're going to meet with somebody and discuss this plan and have a plan. And they would be released like every year. Maybe more than that. Maybe you're going to wait until you have 4 or 5 of them. And it's a beautiful collection. And I can see, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And we've talked about the book set kind of maybe with a candle or something like that. We've talked about that. But I feel like there's these books, like much like Ruth Saltman, her books are going to be in a set as well, as my feeling. Yours, Laura, are tied with like a, what material is that? Chiffon? It's a gossamer translucent ribbon material. And that's how it comes. If you order it, this is how it comes. There's like 4 books, thin books together. I'm not going to say they're huge. I'd say they're like this. Okay. And the best of the best from what you pick out from your collection of angel channelings. They're tied with this beautiful gossamer bow. And there's some kind of candle, and I don't think it's as big as the jar candles that you're doing. It's more like a smaller size, like a small size. It's absolutely beautiful. I would say the candles are about like this. The jar is like, like this. Just enough. And what I might be seeing is gift package. So I'm going to put that out for you, Laura. Okay. I hope that makes sense to you. Thank you so much for supporting the show. You can hit the like button if you're waiting for a reading. That would really help. You'd be supporting the show, and we appreciate you. Thank you, Melissa, for congratulating me on 5 years. Boy, time flies, doesn't it? And you'll be up next. Let's see. Who else? Let me get my super stickers done here. Hi, Robin. Carol is saying, I did have an uncle that always gave us silver coins. Okay, good, good. I'm glad you could take that. Thank you. Okay. Whoops. I'm going to get to right. Did I get all my super stickers? I think I did. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Appreciate you. Oh, Kavita. I'm sorry, hon. This is a good year for you. This is an expanding year for you. Yeah, this is true. I feel like there's a clinging sense family, which I understand totally. You're very devoted to your family, and I totally get that. I do feel that there are some, if I may say, caretaker issues coming that you will handle. And the reason I am bringing this up is because it's time for a change. So it's time for a change. I feel that your career is going to keep you quite busy, but you're going to be juggling a little bit. It's time for a change. Do not wait or put off decisions any longer. You cannot delay your career choices. Things are going to be advantageous for you. I feel that you're going to be, and I've said this before, your book is still waiting here, and that's going to come. I don't see till finished till 2025, but I do feel there's a spiritual aspect which you're trying to bring into your clinician practice, and I feel like you're going to be going to another office, maybe once a month, every 2 weeks, something like that, consulting for another group. I know you consult for yourself, maybe consulting for a group. I see teenagers, so I'm wondering if it's girl teenagers or boy or just teenagers, but I do feel that coming, Kavita. You've had physical challenges in the past. Something's going to get resolved. I mentioned this before. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm still getting a surgery option, but it's not like open heart surgery or anything like that. This is a minor procedure, which is going to be very helpful for you. Okay. I hope that makes sense, Kavita. Oh, and here's another one. I have to give you this, Kavita, because you always ask me about how come I don't hear from this one? I don't hear from that one. Because you've outgrown them. That's why. It says, leave your social circles behind. Leave your usual social circles behind and seek out true companions. There you go. And that's a beautiful fox. Hope you can see that. There's a fox. I think there's a couple of foxes. And they are surveying their domain. Like, what really works for me? Don't feel obligated because you shared a past or you shared an experience. You don't owe anybody anything. Don't worry about it. Move on. So that's my advice to you. Okay. Thank you, Kavita, for joining the show, as always. Okay. You did have an uncle that gave you coins. I'm so happy. Thank you. Hi, Super Space Cookie. How are you, dear? Yes, there was a message from a horse. Would you want to hear it? This is a horse that's passed. Would you recognize a horse that has passed, Laura? He's showing me like rubbery lips. Would you understand that? He could kind of like talk. He liked what you gave him. I don't know if it was sugar cubes or shows me that, maybe a carrot. He appreciated you. He says, thank you. My head doesn't hurt anymore. So I'm wondering if he had something in his brain, if he had an injury, but he wants to thank you for the time that you spent with him. I hope that makes sense. I think it's a he. Okay. Thank you, Laura. All right. Let me get back up here. Robert Myers, thank you for being with us tonight. Let's see. Cross the bridge of happiness. Yeah. Let's go, buddy. It leads over the depths of your emotions. It leads over the depths of your emotions. Cross the bridge of happiness. Cross the bridge of happiness. You are entitled. You need to be rewarded. It is more than past time for you to experience some joy in your life, Robert. It's coming. Oh, you asked me a Templar question. Yes, absolutely. I've mentioned that. I know. I've mentioned it to you before because when I look at you or I look at your name, I get the Templar guard with the white like shroud kind of thing. And What is that protection? Chainmail protection and this Red Cross. I get banking with that. My feeling with you, Robert, is that you played a part with them at some point under the banking, which is what they really kind of started, the banking system there. Excuse me. I think they would hold, barter, negotiate with people. They escorted people through the Middle East for money. And they, until they were ransacked and killed off, they had collected, out of jealousy, they were killed. A lot of them. Your part with that is not so much running around with a sword, but using your intellect and your banking skills. You were part of the banking division, if you will, of the Templars. That's what I get. So yes. Okay. So that was Robert. Got Mo. Lee. Hi, Lee. How are you? Let me pull you a card. Thank you for wishing me a happy anniversary. Appreciate that. Bye Bye Blackbird. Why am I getting that, Lee? Who's singing that song? All your cares and woes. Bye Bye Blackbird. Okay, I don't know who's singing that. I feel a gentleman is sending that message to you, Lee. You are experiencing a spiritual blossoming. Take a new direction and be open to new experiences. You know, I kind of feel like I'm going someplace. I have two visions in mind for travel for you. One that is a place that you're familiar with. One is a brand new place. So I have that on the horizon for you. It's a dream or something that's going to be possible. I don't know how, why, when. Don't know, but that's what I get. I get something undiscovered. I feel like I'm either going through old pictures, old albums, or old mementos, and I'm finding something I didn't realize that I had. I'm also being shown a ring here that belonged to someone in the family, and it looks like it's not an emerald cut. It's not a pear, not pear shape. What was the ring that I had? I had two engagement rings. I can't remember either of them. What was that shape? I just loved it. What do I call that? Ugh, can't remember. I just loved it. It was like, here, let me draw a picture of it. Can you see that? It's that shape. What the hell size? What is that called? Somebody must know. I think I had two of them like that. God knows. What did I do with them? One I sold, I think. Don't know. Could use them now, I guess. They weren't huge. Let me put it that way. So, I mean, you know, wouldn't have been earth-shattering. But anyway. Okay. So I'm getting that. Why am I getting that, Lee? So I'm getting that shape of stone, which I can't remember the name of. And I feel like it's handed down. Kind of feeling it's in the family. And it's that shape. It's an unusual shape. I also have somebody who wears, I have somebody in the spirit world with big earrings. Like drop earrings. Very, comes from a very quilting, old-fashioned kind of family. And I think she did the best she could to break herself out of that mold. But I feel like there are quilters around her and knitters, that kind of people that dealt with fabrics and materials to create. And I feel like she tried to break out of that. So I'm wondering if you would know, maybe an aunt. So that's what I get. And I'm getting, what I'm getting is smile more, worry less. That's what I get for you, Lee. Okay. Where am I? Ruth. Oh my goodness. I had to step on it. Ruth. Let me play a card. You're going to not like this. Yeah, like that. I'm going to pull that one for Melissa because she's so funny. Tear down the walls around your heart. Give and receive security and warmth. I keep telling you, I wonder if these are your uncles you've mentioned, or they were cowboys. I keep seeing this guy with a black cowboy hat. And I don't mean like a white hat versus a black hat. I just mean it just is, this is what he wears. Stunning. And it's funny. So, and he's smiling at me. So he must be an uncle. He must be an uncle. Okay. I take that back. He must be an uncle. And he's got a nice smile. I feel like he might have a mustache too, as well. So I'm wondering if you would recognize him. He is talking about, he's using a lasso, and he's telling me that you, whether you want to or not, there is romance coming in. I like Valentine's Day, and I'm wondering if that is a birthday or a special time of the year for you. But I do feel more towards spring as I'm selling my books, as I'm being invited to do things, to speak, to sign books, whatever it is, an author's panel. I'm going to start meeting some gentlemen. So prepare yourself, because I see a chain around your heart. It's not, we've all been there. Well, not all of us. Some people have stayed happily married, but we've all been there. It's time to, and you know what I'm also seeing? Remember when John Travolta made the movie Michael about the angel, and he was dancing on the disco floor to chain, chain, chain? That's what I see. You got to break the chain. Okay. There you go, Ruth. Good year for you with these books. Absolutely wonderful. Rita, Robert Myers. We did Laura. We did Kavita. We did Bobby. I think I'm on Sarah. Sarah, Melissa. Let me do Melissa, because she always gets left behind. Thank you, Tiffany, for reminding me that, for supporting me. Yes, that I did tell Robert about his Templar pass. Thank you, Melissa, for the anniversary wish. And here's a good card for you by Ruth Saltman. Believe in yourself. A couple of opportunities to express yourself and to bring your positivity into situations that you wouldn't think they would be applicable, but I get the political, and it could be local politics, it could be school board, it could be something like that, but I feel like you're not holding back. You're going to say what you think. I've mentioned art therapy with kids who need it, special needs kind of kids, and I mean like learning or emotionally disturbed. There is the gift. I think you're going to present the gift of art, like just winging it with kids as a way of expressing emotion or their fears. Let me put it that way. I feel it's very informal. Could be a Saturday. And these are young kids. I'm also getting with you, Melissa, something about a children's book. And I've seen this for Ruth as well. I feel like there's something about a frog. And I want to bring this to you, Melissa. I feel like there's a frog character in a book. Maybe you're doing a reading group and an art group or something working with kids, voluntary basis. And The readings now that you're going to be doing are a little different because I don't know if you're into this, Melissa, but I feel like I have somebody celestial, like not an alien, but like somebody, I wouldn't call it an alien, but like somebody like from the Milky Way or another planet or something, like Sirius or a star person, coming through you if you went into trance or you were channeling. So I'm wondering if you've already done that or if you're familiar with that, but I do see that for you. Okay. Thank you, Melissa. So glad I didn't forget you this time. Let's see, where are we? I think we got everyone. Oh, I have to get to Sarah and Robin. Sarah, where are you on here? Where are you, dear? Oh, Robin, thank you for the anniversary wish. Let me get to Robin first, and then I'll do Sarah. Do I have time? Yes, I do. Do I have time? Oop, I got to make it quick. Sarah. Oh, this is good because you have a lovely voice. I get lyrics or lyrical with you, Sarah. Listen to the eternal song of your soul. Tune into it and learn to trust it. There you go. We have several show hosts that are not only talented psychics and intuitives, medium sealers, but they also are writers and singers, all kinds of creativity from all of them. So I really appreciate that. So I feel that singing is going to be more for you. So I'm going to put that out there, super space cookie. And I got to get to, Chai and Anne. Oh my God. I have to go. Robin. Oh, thank you, Robin. You're very talented. Look what's on here. Music is medicine for the soul. Robin McGuire. There you go. You too, singing. You got to work on these cards or this book. I don't know if they're cards or the book, but I'm getting that from Mom. And I'm getting a song from a movie. And it's sort of like, not Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, but I'm thinking like a Spanish song, like, oh God, what was her name? Romero. Very sexy gal from like the 50s, 60s. I'm seeing like a movie and it's something about, could be like Chiquita Banana is what I want to say. Okay. So that's from your mother. And I'm new here. Do you see it in the comments? Oh, I'm at 9 o'clock. I have 2 seconds. And Iva, I am new here. Do you have a romantic relationship? Do you see it? I'm going to say yes, but don't settle. Okay. I'm going to say that to you. Oh, I'm sorry, Chuck. Came in at $4.99. The last minute. I did Sarah. Sarah says, thank you. Definitely resonates with me about using my singing in videos. Good. Spot on. Did I do Robin? Yes, I did. I just gave you a quick. And I had one other new person. Chai, let me just pull you a card. Please join us next week. Please come back next week or join us this weekend. The time is right. So there's an expansion for you. And yes, the answer is yes, do that. And I also feel it is something, a cottage-based industry or home-based, something with children. And there was one more. I'm going to do one more. I got Chai. I got Anne. And I don't think I forgot anybody. Thank you for your tolerance tonight, Reverend Tiffany. I'm sorry I couldn't give you a more detailed message, Chai, for your donation. Please show up next week. Join us next week, and I will do my best to expand on that. Okay, I appreciate you so much. It is 9:01. We have reached that hour. I hope you enjoyed the hour. I enjoyed spending time with you. Thank you so much for joining the party, and I'm so glad to be here with all of you tonight. Have a good night. Thank you so much. Bye-bye now.